Hey guys, what's up? Welcome. It is another episode of TSP TV. It's another COVID, Corona crisis, pandemic, false flag, hoax, you name it, whatever you want to name it. But as you know, we are in a global pandemic. We are being advised and warned against the COVID-19 strain of the coronavirus. Very, very interesting how once um, articles and posts started circulating on social media about how Lysol protected you from coronavirus. All of a sudden, yeah, it's not that coronavirus though. It's a different coronavirus. The Lysol won't protect you. No. It's not gonna. You need a vaccine for this coronavirus. It might kill you, but the Lysol one, that's a different corona altogether. But we've done a couple of videos in the last week or so about this pandemic because it is very, very big news. I mean, it's probably the biggest news we've had since a certain Tuesday in September back in 2001. But a lot going on at the minute, a lot of misinformation, a lot of mainstream media influence and manipulation, and a lot of government kind of questions. And we've been chatting about, was this a drill gone live? Is this all been planned? Was this predestined to happen? Have they all their procedures and plans to combat this already in place, ready to play it out according to the script? So this is a little article I come across from humansarefree.com, and this actually come out when I think on the 27th of February, so a couple of weeks ago. So it's not exactly breaking news, it's just come to the surface, but it's something that may have been hidden away with all the other things that have been promoted and pushed to the surface of your search engines when you've been looking for information on this. But anyway, as you can see from the thing on the screen there, what's the word I'm looking, the caption, the writing, who gives a fuck, you know what you're looking at. Chinese government also ran a coronavirus drill in Wuhan, exactly where the actual outbreak started. What are the odds of that? And we all know, we mentioned a Tuesday in September 2001, and lo and behold, they were carrying out a drill on that day too, for the exact thing that actually happened. Same in London with the train bombings in 2005. They were carrying out a drill at the exact stations that Islamic fundamentalist terrorists decided to detonate backpack bombs. But that's in the past. We are in the present. Contemporary days are full of COVID-19 stories, hoaxes, misinformation, and fear-mongering. But back to this article, as I say, 27th of February, 2020, humansarefree.com. So this is way beyond the realm of coincidence. Let me know if you agree with this in the comments below. The Chinese government ran a drill or exercise on September 18th, 2019 in Wuhan, where they simulated a response for, wait for it, a novel coronavirus strain. What are the chances of the Chinese authorities randomly choosing to practice for a coronavirus entering their country, given the thousands of pathogens and diseases they could have practiced for? Very true. This drill was held exactly 30 days before the key date of October 18th, 2019, the same date when the Wuhan military games began, and they also the very same date when Event 201, Big Pharma, Bill Gates, China's CDC, America's CDC, etc., was held in the USA, which was also simulating a fictional scenario of how to handle coronavirus. Now, I did post some information on Event 201 to the Thrift Fam Clubhouse and the Thrift Store Prepper page on Facebook last week. Maybe some of you saw it, maybe some of you didn't, but maybe check it out if you are in part of the Facebook community. So there's a little picture of one of the little Chinese authority people, and that's probably them looking at some video in a seminar. So Chinese government foreknowledge. Chinese authorities conducted a drill for a novel coronavirus 30 days before the Wuhan military games. Note from Jennifer Zhang, there is no photo caption in the original report. Could be someone giving a professor. Okay, that's what they're talking about, the picture there. So Chinese government foreknowledge beyond the realm of coincidence. This information was made possible thanks to the brave reporting of a Chinese citizen journalist, Jennifer Zhang, and Spiro Socorris for his video interview. There's a video there. Is that Spiro? Yeah, it is. On her site, Zheng posted an English translation of a Chinese article. Wuhan Customs hold 30 days countdown to military games and emergency response drill at ports, which revealed the drill, which is highly reminiscent of Western, especially US government false flag operations, which usually contain telltale signs of manipulation such as foreknowledge and the coincidental drills for an attack or event which later becomes reality. As I said, when drills go live, right? They run a drill and then all of a sudden they switch from blanks to live ammunition, so to speak. Here are the first three paragraphs. This afternoon, September 18th, 2019, an inbound flight from an unknown country arrived at Wuhan Tian International Airport. All in a sudden, the portal nuclear radiation monitoring system alarmed. Wuhan International Airport Customs subordinate of the Wuhan Customs immediately controlled and re-investigated the passenger who triggered the alarm and his baggage. It is found that the passenger was carrying a bottle of Mymar ore, which seriously exceeded the standard radiation level. Not sure what Mymar ore is, but anyway, let me know if you do. In the meantime, an airline company reported that a passenger on the inbound flight felt uncomfortable, had trouble breathing, and showed unstable vital signs. And this is paragraphs from the drill. Don't forget, this isn't an actual article, but this is the drill. The drill's narrative, so to speak. The airport customs immediately initiated the contingency plan and quickly started to transfer the patient, clean the aircraft, and further investigate those who had direct or indirect contacts with the passenger. 2 hours later, the Wuhan Emergency Center reported that the patient had been clinically diagnosed as novel coronavirus infection. Isn't that novel? The picture shows the scene where the port emergency response drill was held at the Wuhan airport during the day in response to the 30-day countdown towards the 2019 Wuhan Customs military games. With the military game open within 30 days, the Joint Executive Committee to Wuhan Customs and Military Games commissions held this emergency response drill at the Wuhan Tianhe, I can't say that, airport by the theme of safeguarding the customs and ensuring the security of the military games. Excuse me. That's not COVID, that's smoker's cough. The purpose of this drill was to enhance risk prevention at the ports, to increase the effectiveness of portal inspections, and to further strengthen the ability of Wuhan Customs to react to urgent incidents, especially in areas of public health. The picture referred to is either the one below or featured image above. So those are probably the people that have been carried out and called in the customs folks to do this. Did you know there's a connection between coronavirus and 5G? That's another thing to click on, another article. I'm not entirely sure on that. A lot of folk are saying that 5G and corona are somehow affected. I've seen a few videos, but 5G is something I'm a little on the fence about at the moment. But back to this article. As Zheng said, the average person in China has no idea about the source of the virus, the background to the epidemic, and now this new information on Chinese government foreknowledge. The majority of people there get their information via China social media platforms such as WeChat and Weibo. which are heavily monitored and censored, as we've mentioned before in TSP TV episodes, that China is the totalitarian mothership. In fact, there were draconian new laws just passed in China which decree that you get 15 years in jail for spreading rumors and death sentence for purposely spreading the coronavirus disease. So what are the implications for this? Firstly, it shows that the Chinese government, just like the major Western players, USG, CDC, Big Pharma, Bill Gates and co., are in on it. Secondly, it potentially weakens the theory that this was a race-based bioweapon. If the Chinese knew this was coming and allowed it at the very least, or deliberately created and released it at the very worst, they are shooting themselves in one foot. It's far more likely that they were going to release it in their own territory. They would create a non-race-based bioweapon. Now, with pathogens and genetics and stuff like this, you can actually, this isn't science fiction, you can actually make, a virus that will target a certain group of people, or certain demographic, if you like. The creator of Bioweapons Act says that the coronavirus is a biological warfare weapon, and we've heard this before, that it was a biological weapon that was released. That's another link to click on there if you want to do so. Reports are that the deaths have climbed in Iran and are starting to accumulate all over the world. So the jury is still out on this issue. It should be noted that the USG certainly has a long history of experimenting upon its own citizens. And there's a little list there of some of the examples. Operation Sea Spray, Naval Supply Center experiments in Norfolk, the Big Itch, Operation Big Itch, Project 112. They're saying, why assume the Chinese government is any better? Now, I've also mentioned a couple of times as well in the past on this channel that I kind of believe that China is a little bit of the pilot project towards the singular world government. As we mentioned, they are the totalitarian mothership, where they only get their news and information from state authorized news sources. They don't have access to much stuff outside the world. They don't have much knowledge about what's going on, only than what they are being spoon fed. And that's a little bit what's going on now around the world with the COVID crisis and pandemic. Mainstream media is continuing to push the narrative. They continue to push the fear mongering. We're seeing more and more images of long lines at grocery stores, people running out of stuff. And again, I believe these images may or may not be manipulated to further spread the fear among that. And yesterday I did have a little sunny walkabout. Maybe you saw that video, maybe you didn't. But that walkabout yesterday, Sunday afternoon, day 4 of the pandemic so far, people were out and about. There was nobody in masks. There was no one wearing gloves. There were no long lineups, no overflowing car parks at the grocery stores that I passed. The Dollarama I popped in was stocked to the ceiling with food items. I didn't actually check the toilet paper aisle just to see if they had any, because I was kind of in a little bit of a rush on my way to work. And I also stopped by at a Freshco, and again, no long lineups, no panic, no fighting in the aisles. People seem to be just carrying on as normal, as though it was just a regular Sunday afternoon. Now, at my work yesterday, we've taken some drastic measures. They've put hand sanitizers at the entrance, at the front and the back. We've closed half the tables in the restaurant to kind of comply with this social distancing requirements or request. It's not a requirement yet, but they're requesting people socially distance themselves. So every other table we've closed, but I'm pretty sure before the week's out that everything's going to get closed down already. Monday, the 16th of March, bars and restaurants are being shut down in Seattle and other states in the state around the United States. I'm pretty sure Canada is going to follow suit. We're also like deliveries and takeout services are going to be available, so people are going to have to man the stations a little bit at their places of work. And again, minimum wage employees are kind of seeming to be pushed into the front lines of this. But as I said, I'm kind of in the sense that there isn't really a virus. It's not as serious as they said. It is the emperor's new clothes. It is a psychological operation, and maybe a grander scheme behind this drill is it's a dummy run or practice for some kind of future event where we may see some kind of military presence on the streets. But anyway, back to this. There are still many, many more questions that than answers with this coronavirus epidemic. However, Chinese government foreknowledge is a very interesting piece of the puzzle. I will end in linking another article on Zeng's website, A State of Torture, which details her extreme suffering at the hands of the brutal Chinese regime, which in 1999 turned against Falun Gong practitioners, imprisoning them and torturing them, killing them, and even harvesting their organs. So the Chinese government are a little bit scrupulous with their goings on, and this is a little bit more about that Falun Gong stuff. It has been shown time and time to greatly improve mental and physical health. While they're still talking about her thing, but that was the article that China had foreknowledge. They were running a drill. And normally, if you are in the truth community, if you consider yourself a truther, and we kind of don't really like that label. Nobody really likes to give themselves a label. We've often in the past said that we should probably call ourselves realists because we like to believe in things that are real. But with most other major events in the world, Pearl Harbor, 9/11, there was prior knowledge apparently, or there was some kind of drill that was being conducted and carried out for the exact thing that then happened in real life, and is the COVID-19 outbreak. Just another one in the long list of psychological operations and false flags conducted by local governments. So as I said, folks, the COVID-19 thing is what, we're in 5 days now, nearly the first week of this pandemic. Already we've seen a little bit of chaos and stuff with panic buying at the stores in the early hours and days of this announcement, and as we have said before, is this just a big global drill? I don't think we've really seen anything that has affected the globe as this nature, because pretty much every nation on the planet, except a few, it seems, are experiencing COVID symptoms in outbreaks, and many countries are following suit in locking down, self-quarantine, medical martial law, not military martial law. This is medical martial law. It's kind of a voluntary martial law. People are quarantining and isolating themselves voluntarily. As I said, it's not been forced or issued yet. I saw yesterday on the news that in Canada now you do not need a sick note from your doctor to self-quarantine through this. So I'm pretty sure today a whole bunch of people have called in to their places of employment and said, you know what, we're not coming in, we're self-quarantine. So what are they self-quarantining us for? What is this outbreak of COVID all about? Is it a real designed biological weapon? Because we do seem to be seeing that only the old and the elderly or the already sick are kind of being the victims to this virus, if at all they are victims to the virus. Indeed, there might be something that they're, other than COVID, that they fell victim to that is far more sinister. Maybe what this is the big blanket cover story for, I don't know. As I said, guys, I don't have the answers. I don't have any secret links to government officials that have leaked information on this to me. I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts and opinions, and anything that I see that is particularly interesting in this. And we've asked, in the live feed, that we're the guys with the eyes and ears on the streets. We've got a bit of a national and international reach within the TSP TV community, and it's up to you guys to let me know and let each other know what you're seeing in your neck of the woods. Maybe that can put together a more accurate description of what's going on than what we're being spoon-fed from the mainstream media and what is going viral on social media news feeds. So guys, I'm gonna wrap this up there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Drill's gone live. Is this what's happened with the COVID? I'm kind of suspecting it is, and actually think that this is the big global drill as they are practicing and training us for something else. So maybe in the future, younger people who have grown to age by then might be, oh, it's just like the coronavirus. There's nothing to worry about. That was fun. I don't know, guys. But as I said, let me know what you think in the comments below. This is a shit video production for TSP TV. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep it thrifty and stay safe, folks.